Hey everybody, Dan Schinder here on Drum Talk TV, still covering the NAMM Show 2020, and I'm here with Nicholas Mason, the living dead drummer. What's going on?
Oh man, this is overwhelming and loud and craziness this year. It's all, I mean, it is every year, but this year feels especially chaotic.
Yeah, I can't imagine another environment on the planet that has more sensory overstimulation than the NAMM Show, especially this hall.
This hall especially, like a couple years ago when they started focusing things a little bit more and dumped more and more, like, All D is just drums now. It got wild, and you're right. It's sensory overload. It's insane.
It's crazy. So tell everybody who's not familiar with you what your gig is and what you're all about. And I know that's multi-dimensional.
Right. That's a big question. So my gig, I'm a drummer. So I'm a freelance session drummer. I play with whoever, whenever, wherever. You wave $1 at me and I'll do it. So
you talk about genres when it comes to that.
Everything. Well, pretty much every genre. Most of that, with the name Living Dead Drummer, I do get lumped into a lot of things where I'm required to wear makeup. Stuff that's maybe a little bit edgier or darker and stuff, but that's not the only thing I do. I have a regular gig every Wednesday playing throwback 60s music, and I've been on tours with blues bands, which I love doing. Cool. So it's not all the dark and spooky.
Yeah.
But I do get, a little typecast with that, and I'm okay with it. It's fun. So I'm here at the NAMM Show doing stuff like this today. I'm playing for Gibson tomorrow.
Awesome.
Twice tomorrow, actually.
With who?
Kapali Long.
Great.
He's a solo artist from Hawaii, Gibson artist, and very Americana, soul, blues, funk.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, we're doing 2 shows tomorrow, one on the Gibson main stage, and then he and I are going to do a little acoustic thing for Gibson after.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm doing a seminar on Sunday about artist relations and endorsement programs and so on.
Ooh, did you feel that? He just touched a nerve. So I think we've talked about this. If any of you are here at the NAMM Show and you're interested in coming to get an endorsement deal, you really should go to this with Nick, and it's a panel, right? There's some other people.
It's a panel discussion. It's going to be myself, Nikki Stevens, who does a lot. She's an artist that does a lot with Fender. Justin Immord's going to moderate it. He's another guy who does a lot with Fender music education. And then we have artist relations reps from GHS Strings and Graphtech Guitar Technologies. And we are going to be slapping a lot of hands out of cookie jars.
Great. And the reason why I want to encourage artists to go is because a lot of artists who don't have official endorsement deals don't really understand what it's all about. Number one, they think it's free gear, and they don't care who they get a deal with. I just want to find a drumstick company, or I want to find a drumhead company, or a guitar company to get a discount or free stuff. That's not what it's about. You truly should be genuine about what brands you love and why you love them, because you have to endorse them. They don't endorse you. I mean, they'll say, yeah, Nick's a great drummer, great guy to work with, but the endorsement deal is the artist to endorse the brand. And I hear the language every day, I read the language every day that's wrong. Oh, I'm endorsed by Vic Firth. I'm endorsed by Pearl. No, you're not. Not any more than Michael Jordan was endorsed by Wheaties. Michael Jordan endorsed Wheaties. It's very important to get the language straight, or people will think you're a buffoon when you're trying to get. It's just, you got to get it together and go to this seminar.
Yeah, you're getting all heated. I love it.
I know.
I love it. No, you're absolutely 110% right. I had a conversation earlier today about the exact same thing, and I basically said all the exact same stuff you just said. And I read it too. I see it on people's Instagram profiles, endorsed by blah blah. I was like, no, you're not. The artist endorses the brand.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why that's such a hard concept.
I don't get it either. And a lot of people, big misconception on the artist and things is that they feel it adds legitimacy to their career.
Right.
Wrong. Sorry. Your career needs to be legitimate first.
Yeah, based on your musicianship and how you are to work with.
Yes, absolutely. And it's like you said, it's got to be what you love. It's got to be something. Yeah, like if you're gonna sign a deal, to endorse drumstick brand whatever,
You have a job?
that's got to be your ride or die stick brand, and not just the first guys that said yes to you.
Right. Very, very good way to put that.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we brought this up. Yeah, I do get heated about it.
I love it though. No. You got that great video online that you sent me,
Yeah.
and I just watched it at my kitchen table like this.
You know
Like,
what?
it's so good. I love it.
I got to the point when I made that video. It was totally unplanned, unscripted, and I got to the point where I read that last blurb that broke the camel's back. I went downstairs to my studio, just fired everything up, and just ranted it out, you know. And then I watched it. I thought, I think this actually says it all.
Yeah. Another guy who shares the same passion for that you do is John Bermuda Schwartz, Weird
Yeah.
Al's longtime drummer.
Yeah.
He wrote a great article about the whole endorsement thing, how it works, how the misconceptions, how it's supposed to work, and it's still available on his website. I don't know why I said that word, website. It's still available online on his website. And
I
a
know
lot
Mike,
of
'cause
people,
he's old school.
right? And a lot of people still reference that, and I direct people there. I get other artists and other drummers that call me all the time and ask for my advice. They're like, I'm thinking about trying to get a deal with Ludwig or whoever, and they call me and ask my advice. And
And it's not what they want to hear most of the time.
No,
They're not prepared.
my biggest thing is, all right, stick your ego in your back pocket for a minute. You got to be real with you. You got to be real with yourself, and you got to think, am I at the place in my life and my career that I could be beneficial to this company that really doesn't need me?
Right. That's a great way to put it.
And if the answer is yes, and not yes from a place of ego, but yes from a place of facts.
Bringing something to the table, such as if I'm a drumstick company and Nick comes to me and wants to endorse my product, the first thing I'm going to ask is, how big is your following? How big are your gigs? What kind of visibility will you give our products as an artist? And if you can't answer that question with numbers that are impressive, you're not ready.
This is something I'm going to actually talk about in the seminar on Sunday. But right now, I'm very fortunate. I am on the cover of Hollywood Music Magazine for this month.
I swear I thought you were going to say GQ.
No, but I wish I was on the cover of GQ. I'm on the cover of this music magazine for their NAMM issue for this month, and since that came out, I have turned down 3 endorsement deals in the last 2 weeks from companies that just saw me on the cover of a magazine and said, "Oh, he's somebody. Let's hit him up." And I gave all of their products an honest look, and I said, is this something that I need? Is this something that I would use? Is this something that I would believe in and that I would want to put my name on? And if the answer was no, I said, thank you very much for the offer, but I'm square right now. I'm all good.
That's very
I'm taken
cool.
care of.
And the other thing is, if I just came to you with a product that you've never seen, but it's something you've used forever with a different brand, you can't decide on the spot if you're going to endorse it. You got to spend some time with it and see if it fits in to your musical sensibilities and see if it fits your sound and all of that. There's a process involved, I believe, in getting to a point where you want to endorse that product.
Yeah, there's a lot of the times, some of the companies that I endorse, many of them were, I already had the thing, or I already tried it out, or someone gave me one somewhere that wasn't connected to the company, and I tried it and I went, wow, this is good. How have I not been using this my whole life? Oh my God. And then I picked up the phone. And in some cases, there were times where I really wasn't even looking for a deal. I was just like, where can I buy this thing? You know? Because I believed in what it was. So that's a big thing, too. You don't want to be this guy that jumps brands and jumps companies all the time, looking for the next hot deal, the next thing, because this is a really small community. You and I know everybody in this hallway, and they know everybody in this hallway, and people talk. And if you're the guy who was with Pearl, then DW, then Ludwig, then Gretsch, then right, people are not going to want to work with you because they're like, well, we're going to give him a drum set, and then he's just going to leave in 2 months.
It kind of makes a musician look like a problem child too. Like, why can't they just stick with? Yeah, it's a whole big thing. What I'd love to do in the coming months is schedule an online interview with you where we can have the time and the space to really dig deep into your musical journey. That would be awesome.
You mean talk without someone wailing a snare drum behind us?
Yeah.
I would love to do that. That would be outstanding. Thank you.
You're welcome, Nick. Thanks for taking time to join me here at the Drum Talk TV booth. Really appreciate it. So watch for more coming on Drum Talk TV coverage of the NAMM Show 2020. We'll see you again soon with Nicholas, Mason, and myself, Dan Shannon, right here on Drum Talk TV.